I like gold. Gold member. Today we have 3 gold converges. Number 243, 44, and 46 from this thing called the Gold Edition. And let's see what the rest of this wave is all about. First, the wave came out in 2020. And then here are the other robots from this wave. So an Astray, we're going to talk about that. This thing, the Shinanui. Okay, and then we'll talk about that as well. Basic stats about this one here, and this is chassis MSR 100S, Hyakushiki Kai. Okay. I think they open these things to take the gum out, because maybe someone would be dumb enough to eat gum that's really old, although this is like from 2020, so I don't know. I mean, it's bagged, it's new, I'm not sure, but yeah, the gum is missing, so that must be why this box was opened. Okay, let's look at fandom here. Let's get these boxes out of here. So it's from Zeta Gundam Mobile Suit Variations. I don't think that was a show. I don't know. It's Anaheim Electronics. There's not much about it here. It just says it's an improved version of the Hyakushiki. Flexible wing binders and more powerful thrusters. Grenade launchers built into the forearms. That sounds interesting. And optional shoulder-mounted weapons like a Gatling gun or pulse laser gun. So hopefully we'll see some of that stuff on here. So antenna. Careful of that. Come on. There we go. We got some blue pieces in here. So it's got a stand, you know, for a peg hole in the leg. And actually, hold on, one last bit. So these are the images from fandom about this line art. You know, the other images are model kits and stuff. So I didn't see a need to pull those up. Let's get these arms off. So the feet have nice molded details. They're more of a maroon color. I wouldn't call them red. Sadly, not enough, or some gold got on after. No, I think there's just not enough maroon. That was poor paint job there. The legs here, some venting, groove panels, kind of flat here. The rear, we got some nice, maybe thrusters, I'm gonna guess. Beam saber handles probably here on this skirt. There's some gunmetal back here for the knee and also the ankle. And then that red is carrying across here. This almost looks like a separate piece. This maroon piece here. I don't know if that's like a thruster deflector or something. I think it is a separate piece. Okay, kneecaps. It's mostly gold there on the bottom half, but up here we get into the gunmetal torso and a dark blue upper. The gold's carrying across. The neck is the gunmetal. We have these like flexible hose conduits or something going to something in the back later on. Alright, let's build this guy up. Oh, nice. So this arm has some Japanese kanji lettering on it. There's some sort of elbow deflector here, but I'm sure it's glued in place. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's supposed to be a thruster. This hand is separate, yeah, but it doesn't hold a weapon. It's just a fist. The gunmetal of the elbow and the forearm. All these hoses look pretty nice. Really big peg hole, so hopefully that's good. It shouldn't get stuck. So this arm, nice. More kanji lettering. Is it the same lettering? It is. It's just printed twice on each shoulder. This hand has a trigger finger going on and the recess for the gun handle, and it's cut at an angle so you can get some different posing there. I think that's smart what they do there. Again, big peg hole there. Speaking of the gun though, this is kind of a lame gun. It looks kind of like a Rick Dias gun, but it's obviously crooked, and maybe that has some purpose later on, but for now I think it's just supposed to go like this into the hand. Oh boy, that's so tight. I gotta take this off here. Okay, very tight, but see, it's colliding with the actual arm, so that's weird. I don't know if you could put this on the the character if it's colliding like that. I guess up here it'll rest in that nook, but down, well, I guess it will bend out of the way. Or that's why that wrist is angled like that. You can go on the outside like that at an angle. Alright, so the head here, it looks like an alien, you know, with the long head. Got some hoses down there, no additional paint though. Hex hole. The eyes are they just painted? Oh, I gotta get the flashlight. Oh, that's kind of weak. It's just painted black. I'm just used to seeing like clear eyes on these. I mean, it's a separate piece, but I didn't see any light getting through. Did you? Anyways, some green up here and a little green there. And these are kind of flexible, these antennae, so that seems durable. Now there's a little hole here for this antenna here, and let me just jam that in there. Pretty tight fit, but I'm gonna glue that on later on. You know what, I'm gonna hold off on the head because I think I get these in there first. So this backpack thing, oh cool, it's got these thrusters. Unfortunately, oh no, not unfortunately, well yes, unfortunately. I don't know why these guys take away playability. By putting an L shape there, I can't rotate the thruster, right? Why wouldn't they just make it a round peg and hole? They like force you to pose the figure a certain way. Same on this side. It's so silly. I want to twist that, right? But you can't. It's just dumb. You might as well just mold it as one piece if you're not going to let people pose it, right? If it's all the same color, it might as well just be the same piece. Alright, anyways, this thing, I think there's actually a shape to it, like a cut off rectangle there. And then these, the same on this side. Okay. So we gotta get those red hose thingies in here. Alright, that was pretty easy actually. And then the backpack. Yeah, why would you take that playability away? Right? I mean, if this is a real robot, I'm pretty sure this is cylindrical because it's supposed to be able to move. Alright, enough complaining. Okay, the head sits quite nicely, but I don't think you're going to get much movement because it's going to collide obviously with the shoulder. But actually you get a few degrees, and it actually doesn't collide in the back, so that's actually surprising. It's really nice it has a printing. That's kind of rare. It's not common. It happens sometimes, but it's not common in the Converge series. The peg stands, by the way, are not all universally identical, so you want to keep the stand with the character because it might not be the same as this one. So this is number 244. Let me reset a second. So number 244 is also a Hyakushiki Kai, but it's a mass production type. That's what MPT stands for. So the MSR-100S. Okay. Again, the basic stats are going to be similar probably. According to fandom, here we go. Let's see. It was also featured, this one, in something called Across the Sky. I don't know what that is. And then a very small blurb about it. So it's basically loses the shoulder-mounted weapons, binders removed, and the 6-tube multi-purpose launcher, reducing its production cost. Okay, so here's some images that are on this page, and let's open this up. So I guess no gum again, probably. Same gun, it looks like. Is the stand the same? Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, they're very similar robots, so I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's... I like to take it apart first so we can see all the details underneath. So these feet, they're actually different, I think. Yeah, look at this. The feet are shaped differently. Same color, though. Yeah, okay, same gold color. It's a nice gold. This gunmetal is, yeah, it seems the same color. These are all made at the same time, so This blue is the same blue as the other one. Same with the maroon up here for these hoses. These hoses are round though, where the other ones were more squared. So I guess that's okay. You can see 4 thrusters here, nice. The beam saber handles there. Alright, so now, how about this arm here? The right arm, again, trigger, same hand, I guess, cut at an angle and all that stuff. This one's got some red hoses in the forearm. And the other one were gunmetal. But the elbow is gunmetal, and there's some hole up here for something. Nice big pegs and peg holes. And this one has the kanji script. It's a little different than the last one. And a fist again. So let's take a look at the last one here. The first letter's the same. No, it is the same letters, it's not printed the same way. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They're Hyakushikis, both of them. But see, the lettering here looks much thicker. This almost looks like a different letter because it's thinner right here in the middle. Maybe it was just a misprint or something. You can see the red in the forearm. The shoulders are quite different. Slight variation in the chest. So it's definitely similar but not identical, right? The armor plates are different. The kneecaps are also different. Yeah, almost everything's different. So that's interesting. This gun though is the same, and I still never figured out what that hook is for, but I mean, no, it doesn't go into the hand, so this one seems better as far as the sculpting of the arm. It doesn't collide like the last one. Alright. And this bit, this is that 6 rotary cannon weapon or something. Oh boy, there's no paint there at all. That's weak. So now we know what color this plastic is. It's like a pinkish color, it looks like. Alright. So there's a peg hole there, and I think that's the, and maybe this is a peg. But does this go in here like this, like storage mode? I think that thing could store that way. Oh, well that's interesting. That thing was a separate piece. You could probably lose that pretty easily. So now if I twist this way, okay, so it can actually be like a shoulder gun, kind of like a Predator, you know. I use that shoulder laser on them. And so the backpack, nothing else attaches to that. The head is also different. It's not alien-esque as much. It's more like a time trial helmet here. The eyes, are they also black? Yeah, it's just painted black, but it's a separate piece, which is really weird because I gotta try the light again. You see, I think that actually is clear plastic, but they painted it black. Strange. Maybe they're planning to come out with a non-gold color, but I think aren't all Hyakushikis gold? I don't know what they're doing over there at the factory. Okay, anyways, the screen is nice. Nice color, metallic. And then these horns or antennae are all soft, so this one's actually a bit too warped, but you could dip it in hot water and straighten it out. Nice hose details under there. And nice long neck. Let's see if it collides with anything. No, not so much. Well, you get a few degrees of movement, so not bad. Okay, so that one's done with. Let's reset again. So the last one, number 246, is chassis GF13-017NJ, Shining Gundam in the Super Mode. So it's got a green hand and it's supposed to be basically gold. That's the basic stats behind it, and we already know what's in the lineup. Going to fandom here. So it's shown as something called Mobile Fighter G Gundam. And it was the 13th robot piloted by this person. And interesting stuff I read here. Just pause and read that if you want. Get the gum from 2020. You know, maybe I'll actually chew on that later. So this is from a different seller, I guess. I don't know. I buy these things and don't review them for several months. So there's a normal mode. No shining finger, which sounds like a joke. Battle mode. Shining finger attack. Super mode is when the thing turns gold. and increased by 50% performance. And no, my bad. True super mode is when the thing turns gold. Okay, and then down here it says something about the shining finger here. So it covers in liquid metal and can tear through stuff. All right. So there's some cool images from this web page. Now this gold is quite different, which is fine. It's from a different franchise of Gundam, that is. I have a suspicion this animation might be like a battle arena thing, but I haven't seen any of the animations, so I really don't know. Okay, I think that's everything. Now you see, this peg stand is different. The peg is in a different location, so I'm going to make note of that and put that to this a different side. Let's tear this apart. Alright, so being all gold, not much else to talk about with the color there. Kind of plain feet on the bottom, kind of plain legs actually also. But these thrusters here on the outside are pretty neat. Unfortunately, there's no depression. They're actually bulging outwards instead of going inwards. I almost feel like that's a different gold, but it could be though. Yeah, I think it is a slightly different gold. It is. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but the torso and this vernier thruster are like a darker gold than right here in the middle and the legs. If you look at it straight on, you can clearly see this is darker than that. Or from the side, darker, light, darker, light, dark, light, dark. So that's kind of interesting that they did two different golds. It's also asymmetric. It's got bars on this side, but this side is just got like a hip thing. Poorly molded though. The torso doesn't really come off or anything. Alright, so there's a little green metallic dot here in the middle. Alright. Let's go with the arm here. This arm has some sort of, I don't know if that's a shield. It doesn't want to come off. It might be glued in place. Some sort of vent or thruster there. And this fist, although separate, yeah, that's good. I don't know if, I think again, I feel like the arm is that lighter gold, but the fist and this shield are that darker gold. And in fact, here, this looks like the darker gold right here, but this is lighter. I'll just move it around a little bit. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Alright, so this is interesting for sure, this green hand. And it is a separate piece, so you can get a tiny bit of movement, but I mean this armor thing is, you get like 2 degrees of movement really. I suppose you could flip it like that, which makes no sense of course, but can it go, oh no, you could do a 90-degree twist. Well, I guess you could just force it around. Well, it seems to be perfectly fine now. It's weird. Alright. Cool. It's a nice, cool metallic green. It's like the Force. Alright, so this head here, I think we have translucent green eyes. I can't, yeah, let me get the flashlight. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. Cannons, looks like a mustache or something, and some funky hairdo or something. Sadly, no chassis code in there. Looks like some dots or maybe vents in there. So the antennae, there's a little bit of that metallic green on the antennae, and so I gotta push this in here. Pretty easy to push in, so that might want to be glued or it might get lost. And pop that on here. The head doesn't really seem to collide with much. So you can get some side-to-side movement. It looks a little weird though in certain spots. I don't know if that peg is too long. I feel like it's supposed to rest a little closer, but maybe not. The chin actually wants to rest in this groove here. Okay. So the backpack here, one thruster in the middle. I don't know what this is for. I thought it would be on the backpack, but nope. So there's an L shape here, so there's only one way to put this backpack on. That's not the tightest fit either. So what is this for? There's some, oh, it goes into the back of the head here. I assume this is the front. Okay, that you definitely want to glue. That's just not enough material to keep that in there for a long time. Alright, well that was an interesting one for sure. Obviously, not much color variation going on in this body, but at least the greens are metallic, and the eyes are nice and, you know, translucent. Although without a flashlight, it's hard to even tell. Okay, so number 157 in the Converge lineup is a Hyakushiki. I don't have much else of a description. This one also has that only one kanji letter, but one letter is better than none. It's on both shoulders. So, oh, I guess that extra letter must mean kai, which might mean new. I forget. I don't really know Japanese. This one also seems to have translucent red eyes, so that's nice. That's what I'm accustomed to. As to why they painted those translucent pieces of plastic black, maybe they just made a mistake, I think. Alright, so the last one I'm going to show is this Banshee from the Core. It's number 6 in the Core series. And it's this funky bronzish, goldish color, so I use that to share with the Shining one. Just hand focus a bunch of times as it spins. So notice the helmets are quite different. That's like a typical Gundam helmet. Then you got this kind of time trial helmet. Then you got the crazy alien, long carapace insect bug-like helmet on that last Hyakushiki Kai. Okay, well, let's get these other ones out. And just have these 3 here. So it's nice that the golds are quite different on this one. And actually, now that I look at it from this distance, it looks like it's all the same gold. But really close up, it looked like there were different golds. I might just be hallucinating. Well, anyways, like Gold Member, you know, you might want to collect these figures. And we'll see you the next time around. Bye.